In the name of Honorable Solomon Adaelu. Honorable Solomon is now invited to motion.
I represent the people of Obingwa, Ugunabwa, and Osisioma Federal Constituency. I'm from Abia State. The motion is a call on the National University Commission to accredit National Institute for Nigerian Languages as a degree awarding institution. Note that the National Institute for Nigerian Languages, NILAN, Abia State, was established in 2004 to promote the study and the use of Nigerian languages, and its Establishment Act empowers it to award degrees, diplomas, and other certificate courses to persons who have satisfied the stipulated requirement. Aware that the Institute has a well-equipped laboratory, offices, and lecture halls, and boasts of 5 professors and numerous doctors of philosophy as its staff. But up to now, the Institute has not been duly recognized by the National University Commission and thus operate a non-degree awarding institution. Concerned at the inability of the Institute to access funds from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund owing to its non-degree awarding status is inhibiting the growth and the development of the Institute. The House is therefore invited to resolve as follows. 1. Urge the National University Commission to give the due recognition to National Institute for Nigerian Languages as a degree awarding institution and grant its autonomy to access funds from Tertiary Education Trust Fund. 2. Mandate the Committee on Tertiary Education and Services to ensure compliance. And so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, and I represent the people of Oba Ibrahim and Dunning and Ahodo West Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion by my colleague. I so
Those requirements and whether the institution has met those requirements, the institution is still being denied. So we need to know clearly what requirements and whether the institution has met that requirement, the institution is still denied, so that we can proceed. So 2 minutes to your arguments.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker seeks to achieve 2 things. 1, alert Nigerians on the danger of extinction of our indigenous languages. And 2 is to urge this to compel National University to allow National Institutes for Nigerian Languages to award degrees as provided by the Establishment Act. Mr. Speaker, virtually all industrialized societies of Europe, America, all industrialized in Europe, America, and Asia have been able to the wings tongue, Mr. Speaker. Conducted a that has shown that 5% of children below the age of 11 can barely speak their indigenous language. And if this trend is not checked, languages will definitely go up in the next 2 or 3 years. That is why national policy on education keep this situation. Recommended that every child must be his or her tongue in primary school level, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, National Institute for Nigerian Languages, established by the federal government, is this policy. This institute was established 20 years ago. The mandate to encourage the of Nigerian language, prepare students to speak Nigerian languages fluently, acquire proficiency in the teaching of these languages, also become competent in the research of the problems associated with the teaching of languages. Section 9 of the Establishment Act provides powers of the Institute for carrying out objectives and functions under this Act, the Institute shall have powers to hold examinations and grant diplomas, degrees, certificates, and other distinctions to persons approved by the Institute and have satisfied such other requirements as the Institute may require. Mr. Speaker, that is the power the Institute has to award degrees. But unfortunately, National University Commission has been in constant disobedience to this legitimate and instant law of this House, Mr. Speaker. As to whether the Institute have met the basic requirements to be accredited, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this institute has invited NUC in the last 17 years repeatedly, and NUC has refused to go for inspection. The reasons is that institutes do not award degrees. Mr. Speaker, this argument is rather unfortunate because all over the world, degree awarding institutions have been called by various names, depending on their focus and, of course, what they intend to achieve. The Institute of Technology is one example. Another reason we have not gone for accreditation in this is that the institution does not have a senate. The establishment provides an academic board for the institute with exact function of the senate. Most professors in the institution, Mr. Speaker, visit experience gathers in a due academic board decisions, academic matters. That board, that assembly becomes the Senate, Mr. Speaker. It's important to know that this institute was established by the
order, please.
That our indigenous languages do not go into extinction. Mr. Speaker, the national unity integration is one reason why this institute by the federal government. This institute does not only offer courses in Igbo, Yoruba, it goes beyond. This institute offers courses Fufu, Ijo, Steve, and so many other Nigerian languages. Languages are our heritage, Mr. Speaker, and languages are, of course, repository of store of native intelligence, and we need to and tap them so that it could be to the benefit of the language, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Shagari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.